world is shocked as Russia leaves Kherson. Putin is a sealed envelope. Who are you, Mr. Putin? If a clear answer is not given, people may suffer from this. Alexander Dugin, a modern Russian Jeremiah, is shocked by the fate of Kherson. He says Putin is a sealed envelope. Who are you, Mr. Putin? If a clear answer is not given, the world may end without us understanding why. It could be the end of the world. What is going on? This is not treason, it's a step towards Armageddon, he says. The conditions of the victorious West, this civilization of Satan, will never be accepted by Moscow, according to Russia, which means tactical nuclear weapons and strategic nuclear weapons still remain. This would be the end. And he writes, Putin is a sealed envelope. Besides, who are you, Mr. Putin? Putin has not said anything the past few days concerning what's going on. Friends and enemies in the West alike see him a very specific content, see in him. Moreover, the same thing, some love him for it, others hate him for it, but the envelope is sealed, and nobody really knows him. Only the Ukrainian authorities and the Russian elite believe that this is nothing more than a dossier. The envelope is like an envelope, absolutely a file envelope, absolutely nothing is sealed in it. Now it's time to leave the professional skills of the Supreme behind and finally print the envelope. All the time has come. Who are you? If a clear answer is not given, could the world end without us understanding what it is all about? What's going on? Kherson was surrendered to Ukraine after 9 months of the Russian quote-unquote operation. A Russian city was surrendered, the capital of one of Russia's regions, is the same as Belgorod, Kursk, Donetsk, and Simferopol. If you don't care, then you are not a Russian. The Russians are now clenching their teeth in pain, crying and suffering as if their hearts had been ripped out. Their children, brothers, mothers, wives will be done away with before their eyes. If you ain't hurting now, you ain't nothing. The authority, capital A, is responsible for this. What is the point of empire, and do we have it? We give the governor absolute fullness of power, and he saves us all, people, state, citizens, at a critical time. But if he is surrounded by SHIT or Spitz social justice, that is only unpleasant. But if he saves, what if he doesn't save? Then he will have the fate of the king of the rains. See Fraser. The empire also has a downside, fullness of power in case of success, but also fullness of responsibility for failure. How did you want it? How will you get out of this situation? Go instantly from a ruling dictatorship to a commissar, hence introduce an ideology. The ruler almost did, but almost again. And Kherson surrendered, not almost, but completely has been surrendered to Ukraine. No claims for Surovikin. He is not a politician. He is responsible for the technical side of politics. Don't hit him. You know who hit you. And no PR will save you here anymore. In a critical situation, political technologies do not work at all. History speaks today, and it utters terrible things for us. Words. This is not treason. This is a step towards Armageddon. The conditions of the victorious West, this civilization of Satan, according to Russia, will never be accepted by Moscow, and it means tactical nuclear weapons and strategic nuclear weapons will fly and remain. This is the end. And here is the most important thing. Under the pressure of circumstances, and it's too bad that it is so, it is terrible that so, we made a number of military political corrections in the conduct of NMD. Why it is so late is a separate question. But it has not worked so far. The last source is ideology. The real thing, not the fake that AP is trying to sell, scared to death of reality writing. So stop playing the Russian idea. Only that. It's foolish to go for the total destruction of humanity only because of the fear of the Russian idea and the ideology. There is no other way. The authorities in Russia cannot hand over anything else. The limit has been reached, but there are not enough clean technical means for victory. The war must become a people's war to the fullest, but so popular Russian. The state must be made, and not like now. This is the position of the political thinker, of the intellectual father who sacrificed the only daughter, in this case in a universal cause, because he's in a hurry to take a position or it's already too late. Perhaps on the other hand, Putin is the new terrible Tsar holding hence his power. He is self-aware that his power is therefore terrible and disproportionately destructive, and for this very reason he attempts to suspend it. However, Dugin portends doom. Tanjin, with mixed feelings himself, trembles at the idea that Putin may be the seal of the apocalypse, and if open it will be too late. Dagin has another Euro-DV Russian, for Christ's sake, teasing the Tsar, significant meeting, something will come out. Rain King, Dugin writes, referring to the British anthropologist James Fraser, who in his work The Golden Bough describes the traditions of the Upper Nile tribes honoring a rain king who was supposed to bring rain, but they would kill that king if rain did not start. This is from Dipen News, and I've translated this for you from a Greek article. So he's saying that is he one of the seals of the apocalypse, what Putin is doing? God forbid. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.